Okay, welcome back to part 2 of my Civilization 5 France playthrough on Deity difficulty. So let's just continue where we left off. I had the chance to watch some of my prior video, and so I'll try to improve upon some of the things I thought were not so great, being so wordy, all the umming and ahhing, but you know, I'll do my best. Anyway, let's continue on here. I had an opportunity to basically just stare at this screen, not basically, that's what I did, and kind of think about my city placement going forward and what the plan really is here. So I'll continue to play and try to articulate what I'm thinking as I go, but I don't want to take too long talking. But essentially, this isn't looking great, and I'm not really sure exactly how I'm going to dig myself out of this situation here, as usually I wouldn't continue too far past this point in a game, not because I don't like the challenge, but just, you know, it's hard to maintain your concentration, so maybe streaming will make that easier. Nevertheless, I need to settle some more cities, even though there's not great places to do it, but I want the iron, I want the luxury resources. I have 4 luxury resources here, and I tentatively plan to settle 5 cities. I need to feed them with cargo ships and think about how to take Mosankani, which when I look here is just totally impenetrable to frigates, it seems. They're surrounded by jungle, and this choke point works as well for them, or for me as it does for them. So this is going to be difficult, but what can you do? You just keep moving on. Okay, so now we are on turn 50. We need to start producing settlers, which we will do. I want sailing. I need sailing for a workboat, and I want a trireme as well. I need to meet other civilizations, so I think, you know, this is the part I didn't consider, is what technology. I'd also like the wheel, but I think we're going to go right to settler production here, so I think sailing is appropriate. I want a trireme. I need to meet other civilizations. That will bring my cost of researching technologies down, and it is quite a danger to fall this far behind, potentially on Deity difficulty. The level of science output by the AI is very high. Okay, we're going to continue to move our warrior around, keep sight for barbarians. Okay, the monument is done. Boy, at this rate, I think a granary is in order. I mean, I sure would like a, actually, well, first we'll go archer. We're going to need an archer to repel any possible attacks by the Shoshone. Actually, you know what? We're really going to need a granary, I think, first. We're going to hopefully fit that in, and because we're going to need to be able to grow in order to do anything with that city. Start with a granary, and hopefully we're not being too greedy, as I know I've made the Shoshone upset already. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring him down. I want to check for any encampments possibly in that tundra as well. Okay, we're going to grow next turn. It looks like we're still working all the good tiles, so. Also, I should be checking. Probably could have gained a turn or so of production if I had. Oh, okay, so let's go ahead and finish that mine. We have a new social policy. Okay, this will be our settler. And Paris has grown. So let's see, caravan in 3 turns, growth in 11. Or caravan, yeah, still in 3 turns, so we'll work the incense tile. 4 turns till that query is done. Okay, so we have our free settler, and I've been thinking about this, and I didn't really arrive at any conclusions necessarily. But I need to act now and settle my next city. So I think the city with certainly the most growth potential, I want to settle either here on this desert tile or here on this grassland. And I thought to myself, well, if I want to settle a city down in the tundra, I'm going to need this fish. I don't want to settle a city down in the tundra, but I may need to do it in order to prevent the AI from doing that. Therefore, I think I will settle on this desert tile, which will pick up the atoll up here. Let's see. Oh, I've got my warrior selected currently. I can bring him. Yeah, I want to check the tundra and bring our settler this way. An unmet player has entered medieval. Wow. Yep. So this is the danger of being this isolated for this long on Deity. There's an AI already at medieval, and we are we're researching sailing. So. Oh yeah. Okay. So this worker now can move to this stone and begin another query. And we will go ahead. Yeah. Yep, I definitely am going to settle on this desert tile. I thought about settling on the stone, and then we could pick up the whales in this city. However, I want to be next to, well, I want to settle a city up here, and we'll have, like, on this tile, and we'll have the whales in this city. Although I could settle on the iron. Maybe I'll settle on, oh no, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, potentially settle on the iron. We'll figure that out. Pyramids. I'm glad I didn't even try that. So we're going to settle right here. And we still don't have any luxuries to trade. That is really the issue, you know. We'll start off with a monument, but we'll do our best. So monument, we're at 0 happiness, so I probably should have settled maybe up to grab the whales first, but either way I'm going to need a workboat, and so I'm thinking the crab. Okay. It's going to be tough, but we can do it. This city does not need to grow. I'm at 0 happiness, so I guess we'll just work the mine and get the monument out quicker. In the old days of me playing this game, I would just continue to grow, but I'm trying to play a little smarter here. Wow, another religion founded in a Reformation belief. So I think that's okay. All the religions have now been founded. So, and we're at 40 faith. Not ideal start, right? But that's okay. What we're gonna do is send a trade route to Genoa, or Genoa, as I've found out. Oh, we can found a pantheon. That's funny. As the last religion was founded. Okay, so we're gonna send a trader to Genoa to get happiness, and I guess we'll found a pantheon. And since we're going to lose it sooner rather than later, I want to take something that's going to be short-term beneficial, and even things like God of Craftsmen, +1 production in cities with population of 3+. Well, at this rate, how long is it going to take me to get to population 3 to be able to use that pantheon? So I'm tempted to just go with God King just to get gold, production, science, and culture. You get one of each and get those for as many turns as I can. So I think that's what we're going to do. We'll select God King because all the religions have been taken. Okay? And now, the next thing that I need to do here, I think, is... well, I said I was going to produce settlers. I hardly have the happiness for it, but I suppose we could do a 3-city national college here and then begin to settle more cities. That might be smarter. I'm not sure what the best thing to do here is. We're also going to need to potentially be able to protect against any sort of invasion, although I still don't... I'm not really certain the AI is going to do that, so... Okay, well, let's go ahead and start by building. We also need more workers. We'll get that policy here in how many turns? 12 turns. So if I build a worker and get one from that policy, that will give me 4 workers, which should be sufficient. And then I think I'll do a 3-city national college and then found more cities. I don't see necessarily a purpose in doing that earlier yet. I suppose it would help to get them off the ground, that's true. And I'm sort of in the expansion phase, so maybe now is the time. Maybe now is the time. See, look at me, so indecisive. Okay, let's actually found more cities. Hopefully we're not being foolish. So that's 6 turns. Yeah, 6 turns. Is it still 6 turns if I use that tile? Oh, 7. Okay, there we go. Yep, we found another city. Trade established for Genoa, so that gets us 2 happiness. We have 117 gold. Yep, we'll get a workboat out here in Orléans. We can grow this city now, as we have the happiness to do it. We'll grow Orléans and Lyon by 1 apiece while we build settlers. And let's go ahead and move this worker over to Lyon so we can at least start to improve, get some more growth in that city. And then we'll do the wheel so I can produce a water mill and get to construction for Colosseums. And then we'll go to optics. I think that is my plan. We discovered sailing, and yep, we're now friends with Genoa. Mausoleum was built. Okay. Move over to the grassland tile. Not anything, yeah, and the Shoshone still don't have a luxury, so it's tough. It's tough out there. Start on a farm, and we'll just continue to move this warrior around to prevent barbarian encampments from forming. I suppose we can move our archer around too. And just continuing to gain vision, hopefully to prevent encampments. I'd like to get iron online so I can sell it for gold per turn, which will allow me to purchase workboats faster. We'll start to work the mine now to get the granary done. Let's see. 3 turns or 2 turns. Get it out as quick as possible. 4 turns, yep. Okay, and this quarry is now done. Could have probably finished that on, again, the prior turn. And then this worker, now I'm tempted to start sending him up, him or her, up to Orléans. It's a long walk, but I think it's worth it, because we're about to, maybe not, actually. I forgot, yeah, actually, I think I will do that. And then I can use the worker from my social policy in my capital, but I need to start improving tiles up in Orléans as well. Any more site over on the coast? Not a bad idea. Okay. Any luxuries to trade? Nope. Nope. Okay, another settler. I'm settling a little too quickly here, I think. This could be trouble. Well, I'll move up there. Excuse me. And, yeah. Yes, okay. We really do need that workboat, don't we? One more turn for the granary. And now, yeah, let's stop settlers and start to get happiness, libraries, and then we'll settle our last city. Yep. Okay, so now we want a stoneworks. And yep, this is what the tiles that we're gonna work. How many turns? 6 turns and 10 turns of growth. Okay, well, actually we're gonna work this this tile. Okay, and research-wise, the reason being that it's only one more turn to produce the stoneworks, and we get that gold per turn and more growth out of that. Hopefully our happiness will find a way in the meantime. Okay, let's grab writing now. I want to grab writing to get libraries, and then we'll go to optics. Granary will be done next turn. In Orléans. Just showing you still don't have a luxury resource. We need to move, well, we'll decide next turn which of these tiles we're going to settle on. I'm not sure. We'll move to the iron so we can move our worker closer to Orléans. Keep an eye on the Shoshone here. That would probably be a good idea with our archer. The stoneworks we're building will get +1 production on the stone and also +1 happiness. That's the idea behind that. Okay, so I want to buy a workboat and build a trireme, I believe. Workboat 240, a trireme is 220. The trireme is actually cheaper to buy. And also to produce. Think that, let's see, we're making 9 gold per turn. Okay. Then let's go ahead and I guess I think that we'll do the trireme and then we can buy the workboat. We'll build the trireme. That's how we're going to do that. Okay. And everything else looks okay. No more luxuries. Next turn. You know, and here is an example. I mean, I probably of being, I don't know if you'd call it intermediate, but granted the map is not so great, but nevertheless, I want to settle this city now, but I really don't have the happiness for it, and I I definitely, you know, rushed. I think I'll let Lyon grow, and then we'll settle on the next turn. Let's move our worker. And Orléans wants silk. Okay, Orléans grown. Yep, we'll work the mine. And, yeah. Okay, and then I suppose now we can found... How many turns are we away? Yep, we'll have to spend a couple of turns being unhappy here. I think I'm actually gonna settle on the iron so I can get it immediately. The other thought was to settle on this tile here. Yep, we're gonna settle on the iron so we can get that fish. So we're gonna go pretty unhappy here for a little while. We'll work the forest, and let's just keep an eye on what's going on in Shoshone land. And now, yep, we'll take this worker and build a mine. And over here we'll improve. We'll build a camp on the bison. Okay. And we'll start off with a monument in Troyer. Another name I'll have to learn how to pronounce properly. Stoneworks in 3 and no luxuries to trade. I think we're doing okay. Actually, we need to reassign now that we are unhappy. Although these tiles look pretty good to me. That looks fine. And over here, what if we stop working? What if we work a production tile? 5 turns or 6 turns? We do give up the gold per turn. How many, if we do this, 5 turns? I don't want to give up any gold per turn right now because that'll allow me to, oh, well, we finally met somebody and she doesn't have a luxury to trade, which is unfortunate. Let's get gold per turn from her here. Although we're 1 turn away from exchanging embassies, and I don't want to give her gold per turn later on for an embassy. So I think I'll just wait until I get writing and then we can exchange embassies. Okay, so now here if I build a camp, oh, I need trapping anyway, of course. So let's actually do a mine, and that way we can get more production here in Orleans, especially while we're unhappy. I'm just gonna fortify. Actually, let's bring this warrior up and go ahead and build a mine. Influence, which you know is nearly decayed to the point where we're no longer friends. That's unfortunate. We're gonna lose 2 more happiness from that. But that's okay right now. For my incense, she wants... No, I need to save all of this incense right now for... I do have 2 copies, but I'd like to save it for duplicate luxuries so that I can get happiness. That's my only duplicate luxury from which to trade. So we're just going to have to hope... Ooh, see, I wanted to block them from... Oh, they're already blocked, of course. Okay. Discovered writing. An unknown civilization has enhanced. Sorry that I'm not checking the religions, but they got them all. They've got everything. I have God King as the Pantheon to just make use of it for as long as I can. So now let's go. We'll start with construction, then optics, and then philosophy. That's my plan. It's definitely tough right now with being as unhappy as we are, but we're close now. Now, if I do give her gold per turn, I can buy. Yeah, -6 happiness. Yikes! I can buy a workboat quicker, which is the only thing I've thought about here. Influence over Genoa has decreased. We're no longer friends. More enhancements. Colossus was built. Great Wall was built. Okay. Let's go ahead and get a watermill. Or a caravan. A caravan would be good. Let's see how much science we can now get from a caravan. +4 science. Yeah, we're real, and I'd really like one. So Orleans to Mosancani is definitely. I think that we were first going to want a caravan, and then we can do a watermill and then a library, or perhaps we want to go watermill. No, I want to start to get my science going here. Okay, so now we'll get another worker from this Liberty policy. More enhancements. The Shoshone have added a Reformation belief. An unmet player has entered medieval, and Russia has enhanced their religion as well. And they still don't have a luxury to trade. So we need to get started on libraries, so we'll do that now. And this worker here, well, oh, that iron is available, which I definitely want to sell, but we'll keep this worker in the capital for now. Hopefully we'll get our happiness online here soon and we can start using these tiles. once we become at the same time once we become happy again. Yeah. What are we at? 220 gold. And if I were to sell this copy of Incense, I could buy workboats quicker. I just am very hesitant. Oh, I settled on that iron. Boy, oh boy, guys. I've not been paying some attention, right? Let's sell our iron. If we can sell it, let's do it. See, I figured she wouldn't buy it. She already has some. Let's exchange embassies and see if the Shoshone won't buy our iron. Yeah, I kind of wondered. Even for 1 gold per turn? Yep, right now that's what we're going to do. We're going to sell at 1 gold per turn if we can. We want it, yep. Wow, that's too bad. Will he buy any more at 1 gold per turn? Yep, how about... This is something I do. It's probably the cheesiest, cheesy thing I do. On Deity, I will sell resources 1 at a time. You know, 1 iron for 2 gold, or in this case 1 for 1, because the AI just has so many gold benefits to begin with that I really don't feel bad. Let's see if we can exchange 1 iron for an embassy to help with relations. Nope. We'll take his last gold per turn. No, he won't give that one up. Will he accept an embassy for 1? Cool. So now we have embassies. That gives me more sight in his capital and improves our diplomatic relations. So we're now making 8 gold per turn. Okay. Well, I don't like being this unhappy for this long. It's certainly no fun, but let's see what else do they have. Yeah, they're looking a little dangerous over there, aren't they? Definitely something to think about, but I don't know how they're going to attack exactly. There's not a lot of room to do so. Still working those mines. I think we're all good as far as okay, a trireme will be done. Thank goodness, so we can at least start to see something of what's around us. I wonder if I can go... That's a coast tile. I should have left on this tile to give myself that extra move. Let's go ahead and put our archer back. And our warrior here. Okay, we're 2 turns away from being able to buy a workboat. Let's go ahead and get started on the library. 3 more turns for the mine. Okay, so now what we'll do is switch over here, finish the mine, and now it's 12 turns for the library. So that's good. And then over here, this mine, let's go ahead and finish it. Whoops. And that will decrease the amount of time to make our library to 14 turns. So, and we can also move over to the iron to gain 1 production. So now it's 12 turns for the library. Okay. Everything's looking fine except for the fact that we don't have any happiness, any luxuries to trade. Another Reformation belief was added. Of course, the AI is just going nuts. Alright, can we scout around here? Yes, we can. Whoop, that's great. That's actually really nice. Let's get this iron online. That's very good. And now, we don't have trapping yet, so let's go ahead and improve this mine. Fortify our archer for now. Although, actually, you know what? I want to bring my archer back in case of good old barbarians. Hopefully there's a pathfinder wandering around aimlessly down there. That's perhaps distracting them. Okay. Next turn. Pocatello has entered the medieval era. Wow. And by contrast, this is where we're at. We're not even close. It's concerning, but I'm going to keep playing. Gotta keep playing. Can't give up yet. Here is Russia. Okay. Alright, and not a lot else to do on this turn. There's no luxuries to trade. But we can purchase a workboat now. Yippee. It still won't completely fix our happiness problems, unfortunately. I guess I was, my city settlements had something to be desired, although it does amaze me how long it takes the AI to get a luxury resource. Let's create a fishing boat. Pocatello might not even be in the mood to trade me luxuries anyway. At least we're down to -1 on happiness, right? Hopefully we can meet some more civilizations. We're meeting city-states, which is good. Wow, it's too bad, this map. It's really too bad. Construction in 2 turns, so I think we're still pretty much working the best tiles we can. Yep. Alright, well, you gotta keep playing. Unmet players has entered the medieval era, and we are the worst fed people by a wide margin. Catherine she's not very well fed either. Yep, there it was. There's a pathfinder wandering around aimlessly who I believe is protecting the French from barbarians. Thank you, pathfinder. This warrior. Okay, we have a caravan. New caravan. We need to move it over to Orleans so we can trade with Moss and Connie and get some gosh darn science, right? Man. What am I going to do? How am I going to get happiness? I guess I know. Maybe I need to sell it. You know what? I need gold per turn. So I guess I'll have to get a workboat. Because right now the AI is just taking too long to get any more luxuries. Okay, so let's get a watermill, and then we'll go into the library. Granted, it's the same amount of time to get the library. Oh no, but I want actually to get a Colosseum, and to do that, it'll build it faster with a watermill. Wow, we're very unhappy, aren't we? I wonder how this game is going to end up. So far, it's not going very well, is it? Just keep making farms. Oh, come on. Oh my goodness. No, he doesn't have any luxuries. You want to buy some iron too? Yep. How about more iron? Give me gold per turn. And hurry up and get a gosh darn luxury. So we met Ethiopia, who is protecting Singapore, who discovered construction. Lyon wants furs. Oh, Catherine has furs. Too bad I just sold her my incense, and she doesn't appear to be getting a second copy anyway. I think now I'd like optics, because I want to be able to use a unit to scout out any more coast. But I also do recognize that I need workshops as quickly as possible. So I think also I need philosophy for when I get libraries, which will be after the monument. How long is the library going to take? I think I have we'll go optics, just to allow us to at least scout, perhaps along, like, right around there. It does take a while to get to optics, doesn't it? Maybe we want to go trapping to get the bison. Mathematics, yeah, and then trying to get down to workshops first. It's a tough decision. I think I am going to go optics, though. Is it worth it? Is it really? No, actually, it's probably not. It's probably not worth it. Let's be honest. I'm not going to be building a scout for a little while, so. Caravan. Yep, we'll trade with Mos and Connie. Maybe that'll help some of our diplomatic relations with him as well. So, nobody has any luxuries to trade. It's really wild, isn't it? No. No way. Not giving you it. I need something to trade at some point if anybody could get a luxury. Yeah. Okay, that's okay. Hey, we have more iron to trade. That's good.
Здравствуй.
Do you want some iron now, Catherine?
Продолжай.
No? Do you want some more iron, Ali Selassie?
Oh.
I knew you would. Do any city-states want me to have iron? No. So let's just keep selling her off. There you go. Give me more gold. Alright. Let's go ahead now and improve the cattle. And let's try to meet... Ooh, there's a city-state. That's always good. Ooh, and... Oh, look. Look at that. And we were the first to meet them. And there's a barbarian encampment. Okay. Boy, I must be so behind in population. I'm afraid. Yeah, oh my goodness. Scary, right? They're at 11. I'm at 5. Oh no. Okay. Can we finish that mine and can we work it, I wonder? Probably not. Oh, we can. Let's work that mine. Now it's 4 turns for a library. How many was it? Oh, it doesn't really make a difference. 1 more turn and we get more growth out of this 0.75 as opposed to... that's really no difference, is it? We get our library 1 more turn. 1 turn faster, which means we get more science. I think that's the way to go. Guys, this is hard. Catherine completed Parthenon. Unmet player has entered medieval. Nobody has a luxury. I mean, this is really hard. Okay, where do I want my trireme to go? I suppose... let's go around this way because I do want to see... Yeah, I think that was right. I hope it was. Okay, let's continue to... we can start to build roads, but we don't have enough population for the gold to matter. Let's go ahead and... it'll cost us too much money, is what I'm trying to say, to build roads. Okay, well, shoot. Trespassing, that's too bad. I do want to go here and see what if there's anything sort of... Look at that. Yeah, see if there was anything in between us and up here. This is a very curious landmass thus far, and we do need a library. I could buy the library, but no, actually I want to buy a workboat in Troya and get those whales. So you're gonna have to build one. Everybody's building libraries now. Yeah. I guess everything looks fine here, right? Right, everyone? We're working all of our ideal tiles. We have no one to trade with. We're still at -1 on happiness. I have not even checked the demographics. I apologize for that, but I think I'm probably last in almost everything, except for gold per turn. I'm 3rd. land 4th, and manufactured goods I'm 5th, which is pretty amazing. Who's all in first? Well, the Shoshone are first in population, goods, land, and soldiers. That's quite terrifying, isn't it? Another religion enhanced, and Catherine is entered medieval. I'm probably the only person left not in medieval. That is terrifying. So here's this island. What's down here? Okay, so that's where the coast meets the ocean. Okay, we finished the water mill. Let's get a coliseum, and then we'll get a library. So that's 7 turns for a coliseum, 6 turns for a coliseum. Yeah, it's not worth the loss of growth and the gold per turn, in my humble opinion. Nobody has luxuries. I'm sorry, I'll stop saying that every turn, but it still blows my mind. The other thing is, though, I am about to get happiness from those whales, and a water mill will help me build a national college, and I can build coliseums in other cities. Maybe we want to go, although it's going to be a while till I actually can build a national college, until I get Troy A up and running. We might chop out that library. What's over here? Okay, that's where that ends. Interesting. So we definitely are going to settle a city right there on the citrus. So, yep, we're going to have to chop this forest. Although I need all the production I can get. That's sort of the problem with settling this city here. Yeah, but I want to chop out that library. We need to probably get it as quick as possible. So, and then we can use that grassland tile for Troy A. What you gotta do when you're on this kind of land? Okay, we need to go Coliseum. We need to get our happiness. Oh, look, we have 240 gold exactly. So we'll build Coliseums, and then we'll start building military units. I don't believe the Shoshone have... Yeah, they don't even have troops coming my way at all. Hopefully they and Russia will be having some issues. Let's check the time. I don't know how long I've been streaming for. I'm all caught up in my game. Let's see. Wow, 6, okay, yeah. I think we still got about 15 minutes, if I recall. About 5:15 is when I started. Leon, now we're about to get happy, but I want to be even more happy. So I'm going to actually, I like to build coliseums very quickly, and then we can build granaries. I think that's the move. I hate dealing with happiness issues, and we've been unhappy for quite a few turns, and there's nobody to trade with as far as luxuries go. Oh, okay, worker, yeah, we are going to chop this forest. Get these whales, yippee. All right, look at that. We are happy, everyone. We have 3 happiness. 3 happiness. Now we're rolling. Our people are happy. Look at that. We're discovering land. Nobody has luck. Oh, I'm not going to say it. Okay. Let's continue our march toward workshops. And then perhaps now is the time to go for philosophy, as we are chopping out that. See another. Yeah. I think now is the time. We're gonna go philosophy for the National College. Let's go ahead and change our tile assignments here quickly. We want to work the iron and the cattle, and then in Troy A we will work the whales. And in Orleans, we can work the bison, the crab, and the mine. Okay, it's looking all right. Okay, so let's see, he's completed a farm. I suppose now we will just continue to create farms. I do like to use my forest for chopping, but sometimes I like to see where the city develops. I suppose I can take a look at the tiles and make kind of a determination. I have 2 hills, it looks like. Yeah, 1, 2. I have some plains. I have a decent number of hills, I suppose, to chop down this forest for growth. Well, we'll start with a farm and see where that goes. I could be making a mistake with that, I suppose. It might be wiser to just chop. Okay, the cattle is done, the farm is done. Pasture. Yep, let's start improving our river tiles, our grassland river. And here. That's where I'd like to go to that tile just to uncover that last bit of fog, but I know that that is not the best way. Let's go here and around. Okay. There's looking like much nicer land over there, huh? 1 turn till growth, so we'll grow on the next turn, which is great. Six population, woohoo! Alright, let's work this farm. So now 9 turns till growth. Looks like we're working all of the 9 turns or 8 turns and still, well, I'd like to keep the goal per turn going, so I think working the incense is the way to go. Oh, I thought that was already in our territory, but I can see it's not, as a matter of fact. So, let's see. And I don't like to buy tiles right now. I want to save my gold, so I suppose we can move this gentleman over to this city. Let's scout out this region. Ooh, this is looking very settleable. Okay, interesting. Let's chop that forest. Hopefully that'll help us out somewhat. Yeesh. Nobody to trade with yet. That Pathfinder is just wandering around aimlessly. City of Trey demands marble. Nobody has any marble. Sorry, Trey. Let's continue to... Well, first we'll... Okay, move our archer back. Wow, it doesn't seem like chopping that forest did very much, does it? That's too bad. Well, I guess we'll build a farm. Huh. And, now what we can do as we start to get our happiness in order, we can start sending internal trade routes, because I only have the one by land to gain science, and I need to be sending at least one trade route to my capital. So let's move over to, let me make sure that let's move over to, doesn't really matter, does it, Troyer? Or Orléans, rather. Or Lyon, here. Boom. This one, right? It has a granary, I believe. And then we can move to this floodplains and we'll continue to build farms. Yay, Pedro. Oh, you have spices? Yes, and let's trade embassies too. Yes, yes, yes.
Continue.
Isn't that nice? We have more happiness. Look at that. We have more and more happiness. Beautiful. Okay. City of Troy still wants marble. Let's see. Let's go ahead. Now, I'd love to uncover this fog, but again, I think the best way, especially before they expand their borders anymore, hopefully we can sneak through Salvador. And here is Rio de Janeiro, which is at 10 population. Spices, some banana, marble. So, I mean, right now we're at 6 population. Hopefully we can really speed up Paris's growth here soon with internal trade routes and try to catch up at least our capital's population. No one else... Yeah, okay. We are going to need optics after philosophy. I definitely once again, and I do this way too often, where I go towards philosophy too quickly. Look, another policy. That's good. And we're definitely going to take meritocracy, which is +1 happiness for each city connection, and -5 unhappiness, -5% unhappiness from citizens in non-occupied cities. We want to get any happiness we can. Yeah, okay, so this city grew. Yeah, I really thought that chopping out that forest was going to help that. So again, I guess instead of going headlong into philosophy, instead of continuing down that route, I should be thinking about... Let's get optics so I can pick up that incense over here and possibly move a settler to settle somewhere up there. Yeah. Maybe not. Maybe we want to keep working towards... Sorry, I'm so indecisive, but perhaps we want to keep working towards metal casting. It's hard to say. I think I like optics. I want to get another copy of incense as soon as possible. Oh, okay. Yeah, I should have checked that. I just made assumptions, and the reason I even had to say it out loud is because I really wasn't convinced. We need to go Orléans to Paris. That's where. That'll work. Okay. That was a waste of a turn. I do want to scout out this area. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think we'll have enough. Yeah, to sneak past. Okay. We'll finish the Colosseum in 1 turn. It is nice to have happiness now, however. Oh, okay, we have a religion. Which one did we get? What are you giving us, Shoshone? I hope it's something good. I can't remember what your religion is. Let's see, we go by this way. Oh, and they are Protestant. Gardens provide +2 happiness. Youth phase to purchase industrial era and later land units. +2 faith for each foreign city. Each world one. Oh, come on. Got the worst religion. Alright. Got the worst religion. So now, I think the thing to do, I'd like to build a settler because it's going to take some time for the settler to get to this island, and I definitely want to settle it. So I'm thinking settler into some military units, or into a barracks, military unit, and library. I think maybe the order. We're already at turn 87. Yeah, I do want that citrus in that territory, and to potentially settle up here perhaps. Although I should probably be focusing more on how to take Mos and Connie. These are tough decisions. I just don't know if they're militarily threatening me. I don't see any units that would suggest that. So let's look over on that side. Hey, we found Lake Victoria. Lucky Brazil, huh? Now we can send food to Paris. Well, okay, I'm sorry. Perhaps a library is in order so we can get more science per turn while we can. That ultimately is probably the most important thing. Ooh, Kamehameha. You don't have any luxuries to trade, but neither do I suppose. But you're very peaceful, usually. And where is he located? Okay, there's Honolulu. So, which way do we want to go here? Probably this way, I'm thinking. Okay, Orleans will grow in next turn. Do we have any more tiles that we can improve in Orleans? No, we don't. And that's because we are Liberty, which is just... Oh, actually, I suppose... Yeah, we can go to this forest and make a decision what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and move you here and you here. I want to see what they're up to. Okay. Anyone to trade with yet as far as luxuries? No. N.O. Leon will grow next turn, and Troyer is... Well, it's going to take a while. Alright. Public declaration from the Shoshone. They're protecting Genoa, I suppose. Oh no, they've taken back their guarantee. Okay, Leon has grown. It is nice to have happiness to work with, isn't it? Well, we don't want to wait 33 turns to grow until we get a granary. I don't think it would be wise to, and this speeds up a Coliseum by 3 turns, so I think I'll work the, let's actually work this farm, of course, there we go. 9 turns, 10 turns, yep. Okay, well, this forest, I do need to make a determination about. I do need to keep some amount of production. We have 1 hill, 2 hills, and that's it as far as production, but we also don't have a lot of growth either. We don't really have a lot of either. Growth probably comes before production. I think what I'm going to do is create a farm here. Fortify and fortify for now. Have I met everyone? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, I'm checking the screen every turn. I'm just waiting for luxuries to become available to trade. I like to really stay on top of that. Okay, and let's see what time we got. Okay, well, let's hit next turn and take a summary, and then I'm going to end this video at this spot here. Catherine, great leader, would you care to make a declaration of friendship to the world? My hope is that we can build a long-lasting bond between our 2 empires. Yes, I would like to do that, Catherine, and you are pleased to hear it. Nice. Well, that's good, because we can sign research. I bet he's not, you know, I had a feeling about this, but I think I would rather be allied with Catherine, as I don't want the Shoshone to do well. I want them to be upset with somebody. I'd rather than be upset with Catherine. Sorry, we have no interest, but I hope that you will continue your efforts in attacking Miss Catherine. So, as we end this video here, we've discovered optics. The reason I went for optics is because I want to take a worker over to this incense in order to trade that luxury. I really, again, I do prioritize happiness a lot. It's, I get stressed out if I'm unhappy for too long. So even though this tile isn't good as far as working it, it will be good for trading. Also, I could build a settler. I'm thinking about this city here, 3 fish, and I'll get the citrus. just at least just to grab the luxury. Again, it's hard to know. I mean, outside of that, outside of these fish, there's not a lot left. And then over here, this kind of looks like an appealing spot here. We'll have to make sure we are able to defend it, but once we get to astronomy, we'll be able to cross ocean tiles and be able to do so. One thing I've seen in others' videos, they start or end with demographics. So I'll start trying to do that, and here we can see the demographics, and well, we're not doing very well, are we? We are last in population, and last in science, and last in military. That's not good. However, hopefully we can make the changes necessary to alleviate that problem. Okay, well, we'll go over this more when I come back, but this has been enjoyable, if somewhat challenging so far. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.